Okay, so we're going deep today, diving into all the online buzz around Zoe Saldana.
Yeah. Specifically, her new movie, Emilia Pérez.
Right, Emilia Pérez. And we're talking about a whole lot of internet searches, folks. We pulled everything we could
Yeah.
from the basics, just people trying to figure out who Zoe Saldana even is.
It's fun, right? Avatar.
Exactly. But also, of course, tons of searches about the movie itself, people trying to get a handle on the plot, who else is in it, all that.
And a lot of Oscar buzz, too.
Yeah, that's been interesting to see. As of today, March 3rd, 2025, nothing official yet. No nominations, no wins, at least that we can find.
Nope. Totally quiet on that front. But clearly, people are thinking about it. I mean, that's going to mean something, right?
For sure. And then there's this whole other thread of searches about Dominican Oscar winners, which I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, that one caught my eye, too. Makes you wonder, is there a connection people are making between Saldana, the movie, and, maybe some hope for a Dominican breakthrough at the Oscars?
I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Especially since Zoe Saldana's heritage is a big part of her public image.
Absolutely. Okay, so back to the movie Emilia Pérez. What do we actually know about it? Not a whole lot, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it's pretty hush-hush. But you know what? Even the lack of information is telling, wouldn't you say?
How so?
Well, think about it. If people are searching like crazy for plot details, cast lists, release dates, even Emilia Pérez transgender is trending.
Yeah, that's true.
It tells me people are intrigued. They want to know more. And the fact that it's all shrouded in mystery, well, that just amps up the curiosity.
Definitely. Classic marketing tactic, maybe. Less is more. Create that buzz.
Could be. But even with the limited info, we can piece together some things. Like you mentioned Zoe Saldana being a household name, which she absolutely is.
Yeah.
But she's mostly known for sci-fi and action, right?
Yeah, Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So Emilia Pérez feels different. It's like she's branching out, taking a risk. And that Emilia Pérez transgender search suggests maybe she's playing a transgender character, which would be a huge departure for her. Could be groundbreaking.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. And, it's not just the movie itself people are curious about. We saw a ton of searches for Zoe Saldana's net worth, her background, all that.
Right, which totally makes sense. I think whenever someone's work really grabs us, we want to know more about them, too. Like, where did they come from? What's their story?
Yeah, it kind of humanizes them, Makes their successes feel a little more attainable, maybe. Or at least a little more understandable.
Totally. Okay, so let's recap here. We've got Emilia Pérez, this super mysterious film that's already creating tons of buzz online, even though we barely know anything about it.
Right. We've got Zoe Saldana, maybe on the verge of an Oscar moment, definitely taking on a challenging role, and maybe even breaking new ground in terms of representation.
And we've got a public that's clearly hooked, eager for any scrap of information they can find.
So where does that leave us?
With a pretty big question, I think. What does all this silence about Emilia Pérez actually tell us? Is it just hype, or is there something more going on?
Yeah, I mean, are the filmmakers trying to protect something? Something that could completely change how we see the movie once it's out? Something controversial, maybe.
Maybe. We just don't know. But hey, that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. The not knowing, the waiting to see what unfolds.
Exactly. So keep those searches coming, folks. And in the meantime, we'll be right here ready to dive back in as soon as we have more to go on.